Get ready for the pulse of the nation as we dive into the electrifying energy of the March Madness Music Festival in Indianapolis. We are talking about massive crowds at American Legion Mall, where national heavy hitters like 21 Pilots, Zac Brown Band, Megan Moroney, and Post Malone absolutely rocked the stage during the Final Four weekend. This was the ultimate fusion of sports and sound that defined the season for thousands of lucky fans.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
If you're looking to take that high-octane energy back to your own backyard, it is time to master the March Madness garden. We are breaking down the essential list of 10 crops like spinach, peas, and radishes that you need to get into the soil before the final frost hits. Planting now is a total game changer that will save you serious money on groceries and deliver fresh, homegrown flavor weeks before your neighbors even break ground. We are pulling back the curtain on the business side of the brackets with a brand new study from Optimove on March Madness betting trends. The data reveals a massive 60% surge in betting activity this year, but here is the twist. A staggering 97% of that action came from existing bettors rather than new recruits. This report serves as a major wake-up call for sportsbook operators on the power of retention and personalized rewards. Finally, we are tracking a major move in the transfer portal involving the one and only March Madness hero, Dylan Darling. After his legendary buzzer-beating layup for St. John's that etched his name into tournament history, the talented guard is taking his talents to Grand Canyon for his senior season. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another update on the biggest stories in college sports. Ever wonder what happens when you combine the raw adrenaline of the Final Four with the massive energy of a top-tier music festival? Well, Indianapolis just gave us the answer, and it was nothing short of legendary. Over the weekend of April 3rd through the 5th, the city wasn't just a basketball capital. It was the ultimate playground for fans who love a good buzzer beater followed by a killer bass drop. While all eyes were locked on the drama unfolding at Lucas Oil Stadium between UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan, there was a completely different kind of madness happening just a few blocks away at the American Legion Mall. Thousands of fans descended on the site for the March Madness Music Festival, and honestly, the lineup was stacked. We aren't talking about local garage bands here. We are talking major heavy hitters like 21 Pilots, the Zac Brown Band, the rising star Megan Moroney, and of course, the one and only Post Malone. It is fascinating to see how these massive sporting events are evolving into full-blown cultural festivals. It is not just about the game anymore. It is about creating an entire weekend experience that pulls people in from all over the country. You had artists like Keshi and Dominic Fike owning the stage, proving that whether you are a sports fanatic or a music junkie, there was a place for you in Indy that weekend. It is the kind of convergence that defines the modern fan experience, a blend of high-stakes competition and high-energy entertainment. Whether you were there for the bracket or the beats, it is clear that Indianapolis knows how to host a party. If you loved this recap of the weekend's biggest moments, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more coverage on the biggest events hitting your city. After all, life is too short to stay inside, so what is the one event you are dying to see this year? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Ever feel that restless preseason itch to get your hands in the dirt? Spring gardening is basically the March Madness of the backyard. You're scouting, planning, and praying your bracket survives the final frost. But here's the secret. You don't have to wait for those warm May breezes to start winning. If you play your cards right, you can be harvesting fresh greens while your neighbors are still staring at empty patches of soil. Let's dive into 10 crops that aren't just frost-tolerant, they thrive on the chill. First up, let's talk spinach. This stuff is the ultimate overachiever. It germinates in soil as low as 40 degrees and can be harvest-ready in just 30 days. Plus, the cold actually makes it sweeter. Think of it as a flavor upgrade provided by Mother Nature herself. Next, don't ignore peas. If you've got a trellis, you've got a goldmine. They love the cold, and honestly, nothing beats the crisp snap of a pea straight off the vine. It's a total game changer for your lunch salads. Then we've got radishes, the ultimate instant gratification vegetable. We're talking 3 to 4 weeks from seed to harvest. They're basically the sprinters of the garden. If you want a quick win to build your confidence, start here. And for the health conscious, kale is your best friend. It's incredibly resilient, and a light frost actually strips away the bitterness, making it taste way better than anything you'd buy wrapped in plastic at the grocery store. If you have the patience, carrots are a must. They take a bit to get going in chilly soil, but once they do, they're low-maintenance powerhouses. Lettuce, that's your high-yield, low-effort hero. You can grow it in almost anything, even a container on your porch. And if you're looking to save some real cash, broccoli and beets are your MVPs. Broccoli is notoriously pricey at the store, so growing it yourself is a huge financial win, and beets give you that 2-for-1 deal with edible greens and roots. Finally, don't sleep on onions and potatoes. These are your staples, the foundation of every good meal. Potatoes, in particular, are protected by the soil, making them a perfect early-season bet that pays off big at harvest time. Getting ahead of the frost isn't gambling, it's strategy. You're stacking your garden with proven performers that can handle a curveball or two. So, tell me in the comments, which of these are hitting your garden beds this week? Are you a seasoned pro at beating the frost, or are you just getting your feet wet? Hit that subscribe button for more hacks to level up your garden, and remember, the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now. Go grab those seeds and get growing. Think you know the secret behind the massive betting frenzy of March Madness? Most people assume the tournament is a goldmine for attracting new users, but a revealing new study from Optimove is flipping that narrative on its head. It turns out, if you are looking for fresh faces, you might be looking in the wrong place. The data is clear. March Madness isn't about the debutantes, it is a retention powerhouse. According to the latest Optimove Insights analysis, a staggering 97% of depositing players during the tournament were already existing customers. Even when betting activity skyrocketed by 60% during that intense first and second round weekend, first-time depositors accounted for a measly 3% of the total base. That ratio held steady throughout the entire tournament, from the Elite Eight's 41% uplift to the high-stakes drama of the Final Four, which saw a 51% surge in activity. This is a massive wake-up call for sportsbook operators. Instead of burning through marketing budgets trying to hunt down new users during the chaos of the brackets, the real money is clearly in loyalty programs, personalized promotions, and smarter re-engagement strategies. The AGA previously projected over $3.3 billion in legal wagers for this year's tournament, and with prediction markets like Kalshi already seeing over $1 billion in volume in just the first 2 days, the appetite for betting is clearly alive and well. It just happens to be an appetite driven by the loyal fans who are already in the system. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the business behind the buzzer beaters, hit that like button and subscribe for more industry insights. After all, in the game of sports betting, knowing where the money comes from is just as important as picking the winning team. So tell me, do you think sportsbooks should focus more on keeping players or chasing new ones? Let us know in the comments below. Ever wondered how a player averaging less than 7 points a game can become the hottest commodity in the transfer portal? Usually, the scouts look for gaudy stat lines, but in college basketball, sometimes one singular, earth-shattering moment is worth more than a whole season of box scores. Enter Dylan Darling, a name that went from being just another guy in the backcourt to an absolute March Madness legend. During his single season with St. John's, his numbers didn't exactly set the world on fire, but that buzzer-beating layup against Kansas in the round of 32, that was pure, unadulterated history. It didn't just win a game, it immortalized him and handed him a nickname that will likely follow him for the rest of his playing days. But now, the New York chapter is officially closing. Darling has made his next big move, committing to Grand Canyon for his senior season. It's an intriguing pivot for a guy who was the Big Sky Player of the Year back at Idaho State and spent 2 years cutting his teeth at Washington State. He's a well-traveled veteran who knows exactly what it takes to perform on the biggest stage imaginable. Will he be the catalyst that takes Grand Canyon to the next level? Only time will tell, but if his track record is anything to go by, you won't want to look away when the clock starts ticking down. If you want to keep up with every twist and turn of the college basketball transfer carousel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us for all the latest updates. After all, in the world of March Madness, today's underdog is often tomorrow's headline.